are live. We are live. We are live. Hi, Facebook. Mulishani. Your Majesty, how are you? Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Facebook. Hi, Facebook. Hi, my Alice Mulishani. Join in. Good afternoon from California. It is in the afternoon here. It's 1 p.m. 13:48 p.m. in California. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Mulishani. We are live. Hi.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having to go to court.
Sorry, YouTube ads, guys. YouTube ads.
Put me on your Ubuntu TV, the leading news channel on Facebook, TikTok and YouTube. hot topics and news updates. Ubuntu is you and me, is everyone is us. Ubuntu is humanity. Join the Ubuntu family. We're bold, fearless, courageous, and trustworthy news. Queen Pumi on Ubuntu TV, the leading news channel on Facebook, talking YouTube. Queen Pumi on Ubuntu TV, the leading news channel on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Welcome to Ubuntu TV channel for the latest trending news stories. Ubuntu TV for breaking news, hot topics, and news updates. Ubuntu is you and me, is everyone is us. Ubuntu is humanity. Join the Ubuntu family. We're bold, fearless, courageous, and trustworthy news. Queen Pumi on Ubuntu TV, the leading news channel on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Ubuntu TV, uniting the world because we care. Join the Ubuntu family, uniting the world because we care. Join the Ubuntu family, uniting the world because we care. Ubuntu TV, uniting the world because we care. Join the Ubuntu family. We're bold, fearless, courageous, and trustworthy news. Queen Pumi on Ubuntu TV, the leading news channel on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Ubuntu TV, uniting the world because we care. Join the Ubuntu TV, uniting the world because we care. Join the Ubuntu TV, uniting the world because we care. Join the Ubuntu TV, uniting the world because we care. Join the Ubuntu TV, uniting the world because we care.
Hi.
Wait, if you were detained at any California women's prison, such as Chowchilla Women's
Power tap, guys. We're just waiting for people to join in. It's Friday, it's afternoon here. Just power tap and share. People can watch when they have time. Yes, so thank you. Just playing some music as we share and wait for people to join. Thank you so much.
Welcome only see. But I'm just trying so hard, that's enough for me. The morning you up and up now one tea. I'll just try that I'll feel what this means. I'll join the Ubuntu family on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Yeah, now you want to feel like, you want to feel like, yeah, you want to feel like, you want to feel like,
Welcome to Ubuntu TV.
We are fine. How's everybody? Happy Friday. It's a depressing Friday, guys. It's a depressing Friday after the budget. Mulishani wants it. Mulishani wants say we have a budget, guys. Good evening, Tuku. Where do we put the stars? Too many are my gift. Thank you. Too many are my gift. Maureen Yarenda, how are you? Today is depressing, people. Today is depressing budget. Yakaena. The budget, people, is depressing. Takuli oko balea. By UPND ain't going nowhere. The budget yeta kuli oko ile batwala. Ero nga bawina ama elections ni shibayi bafi. 5 years of doing nothing. So shameful. You can't see the star icon. I don't know. But Facebook Navena. Too many Fiamma likes. Yeah, just send the likes. TikTok, it's easy.
Women riders can now request women drivers with women preferences. Coming soon. Uber.
So I'm just depressed. So I'm just gonna invite guests. Could TikTok, if you wanna join in, could TikTok, I'm opening it up in Ninaka. Like budget yabona indwa mutwe. So if you want to come in and say something, you are free to do so. Then I've opened up the panel on TikTok. Hi, Val O'Brien. Welcome. I am depressed and frustrated, guys. Share. Mulishani ba share about Brian Moiseni. What is your take on the budget? I've analyzed it already.
Wafia. Mwife wino mami.
What do we know? To the depressed budget yawana ina impusha maka budget yawa. I'm just here to hang out there.
You know one thing, the funny thing is that Valema no pange findu kolanda tina bashta increase quite video. But when you go and check in our constituencies how much they are giving them, Tairefikana 5 million. Why 4 million?
Imagine sure, money 26 million, watwala 4 million kunan kani. Inena bandwa kwa mtu.
You know, and the problem that I've seen is that they think as if we are easily moved by what they say. But meanwhile, their actions and their outcome is totally different from what they represent.
You know, the people who disappoint me more is the people who support them. You know?
Those are blind followers. You know, at times, you don't just agree with anything. Because in as much as somebody might bring information to you, but you have to do enough research as an individual, and you also have to be equipped with the information. Because for me, I cannot take every information that comes from President Dagainde Chirima to be something that is final. Me personally, I can.
Last budget, boya isamwe bantu bakwalis. I was watching President Banda Padiwa Mwamba, and he said the Banda was like, the good news is that there's an election because there's money there they are budgeted for the election. So that's the good news.
For sure, that is the only thing.
The only good news. Yeah. But Chair, Mulishan.
When long time.
Long time. We are depressed. You know, I think the budget today is just a confirmation to say UPND have come for 5 years and did nothing. You know, looking at that budget,
yes,
is just like it's a reality. That's why we are depressed. You know, we are depressed to a budget. Yeah. So by UPND, if never fit was sure 5 years of doing nothing.
You know, sometimes
5 years of lies.
Come on propaganda. You always, you know, kwali bafikia kutira ati ulifo kupatisha chintu, but not charikana fie. You want to make sure that you brand it, but the thing that you're trying to brand it, you are not smart, you're not intelligent, you're not well equipped, but you want to make yourself to say, I have the information, I have the connections, but at the end of the day is that we are able to see that this person is struggling, you know, is unable to perform. So, you know, so they are only trying to show it to say, okay, if I do this and this and this, maybe people, they will be excited of me. But we have some of us who are able to know. We are able to understand to say, this person is struggling and is unable to manage the affairs of this country because he wants to make himself look like from the way to go that he was able. But unfortunately, it is just it is water under the bridge, you know. So the man let him just accept that I have failed, and
even Gasumina, but that he has failed. He can never. tabakwata n'ensoni bushe bali balikwata ensoni.
No.
And you are right. Look at Abana Abakwestin, our ministers. That money, he went to stand to it. Kuyam plan that, go in a compound, load shedding is so. Okay, parliament to
Alababantu, they are professional liars. We need to criminalize lying. With the massive consequences. You know, they play us like a football.
Let us revisit back to say that, like what you have said, to say let us criminalize lies. Lying, it should become as a crime. Immediately, finger to watch to criminalize Yaba Fenilo in Zambia. Please, I want it to be revisited back. He has to be jailed because when he enacted the cyber law, they went back and they also to say umulandu taubola na ifo belengatwa
Nongo uyu Ethel Bakaka. Look at JJ Banda, Ethel Chisono bali mukaka pali cyber law atukene mu 2022. Ero nishibali funyako defamation, right? So they have got Ethel on old crimes using a new law.
So let us also do the same thing, please. If it is whatsoever, I want these cases, let it also be night as a law. Please, we want people to be jailed. And also, let that issue also they played about the eligibility case. Please don't forget about it next year, 2026. When we vote them out, please revisit it back. Make sure that all those charlatans who are behind it, they should go behind the bars. We don't want them because they are making the system very dirty. Please, we have names. Some of them won't mention them, but please, those who are behind it, let them go and face the charges because what they have done, some of us, we are not happy.
So thank you, everybody. I see the number is growing. Welcome, everybody. So we are trying to change how we run this page from now onwards because we have just been condemning the UPND government, and myself, I am tired talking about them. So I think from now onwards, we are going to have a new approach on how we discuss on how we interact on this page. We shall condemn, but our focus on what we can do for Zambia. For example, we look at the budget, we look at the budget and we look at each section in the budget, and then we dissect each section in the budget, like what they could have done better. For example, I've done a summary. I wish I can have, I need to find an application where I can pull up what I'm talking about so that we can have the documents, you know, I can share screen. That's the word I'm looking for. You young people, help me find a software that I can use where I can share the screen as I'm talking so that we can be more objective on what we want for Zambia. I think so far by UPND they have failed. So it's even a waste of time this time. So I think what is important now is what we need to do for Zambia. So we need to talk objectively what can be done in agriculture, in mining, you know, with documentation and data. This is what we need moving forward. You know, we can't be beating a dead horse. You know, UPND is dead and buried. It's a dead horse. Nganinebo, I have beaten UPND for 4 years. So I am tired of beating the dead horse of UPND. Of course, now is the time that we just look at options. How do we make Zambia better? What we can do we look at the laws they are violating and make sure that we take them to court on these crimes they are committing. A good example is they have been taken to court regarding the proportional representation at ECZ. We only have 2 provinces represented out of 10 provinces. So how can we have a fair election when only people from Western and Southern are the one manning ECZ? You know, so these are the things we need to look at and to talk, and then you know, if there is already, it's in court. I think it's a John Sangwa petition, the ECZ, to normalize the situation. Kudia ku ECZ, they have been given 14 days to normalize the situation ku ECZ, because we're not going to have a free and fair election when only 2 provinces are representing the 10 provinces, you know. And the woman chairing that ECZ, her daughter is in a murder charge case. So we already know that they had problems arresting the daughter of the registrar. They took a week to pick her up. And up to now, we have not seen a picture of her in police custody. We saw her at the beginning of the week at court, and her family was yelling at journalists, don't take pictures, you know. So it is going to be compromised. And as a mother, she will do anything for UPND to stay in power so that her daughter does not go to jail for manslaughter. Because in their case, she's looking at manslaughter. She's looking at manslaughter, which is 20 to 25 years jail time. But if her mother is ECZ Huria, she will do whatever she can to favor the ruling party, because we know that she's a card of the ruling party. Already they are pushing the electronic voting, which was rejected in Malawi. And I think Zambians as well need to stand up and reject the electronic voting in Zambia to make sure that we vote by what can be counted manually. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot. Yeah. Yeah. So, Eddie Ashigoba O'Brien, if you have anything to say, you can go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much again. Once again, you see, sometimes leading a general election is not something that is very easy. That's one thing that they must bear in mind. Mami, shirira must wait your state channel kubaga bulif nyotoka ati abantu tukashite control malera ndafye abantu baragulo tukupotwa parafini babika no nanani kani mu
no tulelanda pali they want ukwebatama vote machine eikalapenda mwanshiba ngabase ndama results yonse bayibika mu machine. So and that is going to be a problem.
But why? Okay, why should we be into this shortest period of time that we should go into that? And that same machine, is it using software, and who will be in charge?
Abantu bamobene ebale shitama software ebale, you know, we Zambia need to just say no.
We're not ready. That is a big no.
We will never be ready. Nangumuno mu California balifikana. Kuvota patch paper in California ka. Here in California balikana. Balikana electronic voting mu California. Kuvota patch paper lelo bapenda 1 2 3 4 pumulos tumbe kwa dire tunga. Elo imo ku Zambia ati electronic voting nama light tamwa kwata. People are not even computer literate.
Yeah, in as much as even a computer literacy, but still, I don't think we should jump into that. Let that money be channeled to other things. Let us avoid that. Let us use the manual, because we have to see how in short, transparency, how it will be. And look at our, especially service providers here in Zambia. We have no reliable service provider here in Zambia that we can say that it is able to give us services with a good quality or stable networks. It is very unfortunate. Sometimes you find that people, they are even calling you and saying the number is off, but it's showing that it's on. So I don't think we should rush into electronic voting, because looking at Zambia itself, we still have poor management in most of the things. Is poor management.
Kufitwala fye kukoti. Apamweba mweba opposition mutwale kukoti, and let we need to say no to this, to electronic voting. Filafine kumalawi fya chitike fifilo kushika mu Zambia. We need to say no to electronic voting. Otherwise, ngatulela ma.
Problem is we opposition. We can fight. Okay, right? Then the government because they are still testing waters up to now. These guys, they just say Zambians. But one day, Zambian, he is going to bite badly. If it might be something, I have a neri muti that wishing a makan shiba kwata, much wish of parliament.
Nabachiwesha. I don't think she has brought it. She just mentioned that the chiefs wanted it. I don't think now she will.
Now, if you see, it's what they start like that, so that they hear what is on the ground. So, I'm a chiefs in the as the Mr. Chiefs bring it, and when they take it to parliament, that's it.
No, chiefs, 156 chiefs can speak for 21 million Zambians. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yes, because we have organizations, the sensitizations. They have to do a right procedure, enacting those things and those things, they are not supposed to come from them. It is the people of Zambia who decide to say, this is how we want to be ruled. Because people who act, it is not for them to say, oh, this is what we have decided how you are supposed to be ruled. So this is what you accept. That's not how it works. You cannot go and make points for us and come back and say we should accept. We won't. Because those things, we know they are the best interest of yourself, you, the person who is bringing it to us. Let it come from us first. If they will ask me first to say, what laws do you want? They will say, criminalize lying. So that if anyone who lies, it should be 5 years in prison. That's number one.
Actually, I'm a chiefs for Bill 13. That's why the chiefs were invited to Korea. Kuri Bill 13 yalandi. Valefaya government, each to take over control of the customary land.
Who does that?
I think I saw it some way back where I saw that no, they wanted to introduce it. I think some of other organizations, they refused to say, Money ma'am, nakwata land, I built a house. Then tomorrow, Kashinga niwa attorney general, niwa auditor general, papa sangwa na sangwa. Okay, mufumia nipo parande ifwa land. Then
like walungu. Okay, tulande finangwa family ya walungu. Tawakabapoke landi yonse.
So you see, so that's what they are trying to do.
Although even me, ngaba mfafed Queen Pumi alikwata title deed. Kuyampoka.
I mean, why do you want to vest all the power into one person? Where is it coming from? This kind of greediness.
In the registrar kulanzi eukalachta decide number who appoints the registrar.
And let me just give you a hint. The reason why they are doing this is not just because of the issue of land. No. They know what they have done, that Vadipange Mirando. When they went and changed those signatories, so the ones they want to change this, that it should be into the government or president, I don't know who will be the final person. Then no wonder they are trying to push for this.
Never president. Never president ever reached that point above any abantu.
How do appoint the junior mupela maka ukuchira
Nish akumwa bati uya nish iliashizi nkani izibika. Meaning that junior is a puppet.
You're right.
Uya junior akala chitefyo bamweba.
Ma bootlickers, these are bootlickers. All what they know is to say, oh, come here, you sunako kukavie. Because what I know is that the courts are the ones which have the final judgment when it comes to the issue.
Exactly. Why don't you take it out from
No, but amumfile fuchitike kumakoti. Kwali ama secret interview for judges. And they have fired the 40 prosecutors because they were paid 5 years to obtain bachelor's degrees. Can you imagine? So 40 prosecutors have been fired. Instead of abantu balikwata like 10-15 years of experience, like anybody, Fidiabalanda experience is equivalent to educational credentials. Yes.
Yeah.
So if they change the law to require educational credentials, those people who have been in those roles for a certain period of time can be grandfathered into the laws. That's how it is done. Umuntu ngari bomba 10 years experience is equivalent, I think, to associate. I don't know how they translate them. But when you have worked a number of years, it can be translated to your experience, can be translated to either bachelor's, master's, or doctorate level, depending on how long you have worked in that field. So people have worked like 10 years. I think kulinaba 10 years over, like, bafido kubasunga, maybe, you know, somebody who has worked like 5 years or even 1 year or 2 year prosecutor, kutiba mutankyanga chako bati umuntu abomberefye 1 year. Elo 1 year, bamwe kasende bachelors, bamupela 5 years. Ngatapokele umuntu ubombere 1 year, kutiba mutamfya. But umuntu alibomba 5 years no kuya pamuru. 5 years nishina usambirira fiance panchito.
Yes, you're right.
So now batamfya ma prosecutors, for me, I'm just saying, again, this is ethnic cleansing. As usual, they have been firing people no kuingisha baburu babo. And abantu abakuchi bakufurunganya.
You know, desperation, it gives you a certain direction which makes you think that what you're doing is right. But because behind that desperation, there is a motive that you're trying to achieve. But the way how God works is that no matter what you can try to do, to hide, especially, you cannot hide on God's hands. Because if you try to go under the hand, he will tell you, he will show you to the public to say, this is what he's trying to achieve, this person. Despite whatsoever, babike mwefi buru fyabo, babike mukashinga divango wabo, na nindume shabo, na manisizi. At the end of the day, whatsoever that they are going to try to do, whatsoever that the results will be next year, we won't accept it, us as Zambians. And I'm telling you, whatsoever that they are trying to plan, that no, is this and that, it will be him against the people of Zambia, not him and the opposition.
Actually, it's him against the world.
Because who is happy? The decision making, very bad. Planning, very bad. Bambu kula ikopa barebika ma photos pa Facebook to say no, I've stayed overnight to prepare a speech. Listening to the speech, I'm sure mwere sawandi. Yeah, even a child, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, how wanted.
You know, showing off is a bad sign that you are not well equipped. Showing off is a bad sign, and it must be avoidable as a leader. Because why do you want to show off? Why do you want to show off? And how do you mark your own exam? Who grades you to say this? You have done this and done that.
Because of my young one, my device at work.
And how do you grade yourself to say, hey, I've done this, I've done that, I've done that? You don't. Because, you know, they say that when you are performing, numbers, they don't lie.
That's cheating. In any neighbor teacher. I am a teacher, you don't grade yourself. Once you grade yourself, it means you are cheating.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as grading yourself. If you are grading yourself, you are cheating. But President, you are cheating. We don't even try grading yourself.
Because you say, oh, when my 5 years is over, the people of Zambia, they'll do a distinction. We do a distinction, we approach you.
You know, like 5 years, takwa boya femu university, I call a 5 years, I apok a degree after 5 years. There is continuous assessment. Yeah, from the first year, people grade you. You can't grade yourself. If you're grading yourself, you are cheating. It's simple as all that.
Very much.
It's all cheating. So, but President, if you manage to grade, is cheating. Me, I'm a teacher. We don't allow students to grade themselves. If anything, in the class, in Ganava if you mule 100 per class, kube baba chinja nyama buku. Ero tulaba pusanya babe kere kuside du kubaya pera abadi ku opposite.
Mark yourselves.
Yes, not at na mwikala next to each other ole muno becho ale chinja. Kuba furunganya. Imamwe abadi ku left pere nyama buku abadi kuli okutali. Ebro abali pakati na bena batu, you know. You can't grade yourself and say, now pass. After grading yourself, you are a cheat.
No, paper. You know, sometimes I wonder.
You are cheaters.
You know, he's a big cheater. I'm telling you, he's a big cheater. And you stand on the podium. You are busy saying, hey, come kwenyu ne. Hey, mulanda tu kwenyu ne. Hey, tu kwenyu ne.
You are cheating. Kwenyu na kuisa ima. Kwa wako kwenyu na we mwine. That's against any professional ethic. You are cheating. You are a cheater.
He's a big cheater, yes.
Murima cheaters na mwaba. If you have mula ikwenyuna. Ikwenyuna is cheating. Mula ibepa mwebe. Mula ikwenyuna na banana.
Of course.
Mula lumba no kulumba ti kwenyu.
Kwenyu.
Webe na Zambia, let's be serious. That's why now University of Zambia badi iponya, you know, like university now, the University of Zambia, yadi pona ma points.
Yeah.
Because mula ikwenyu na you are cheating.
You're marking your own exams.
Yeah, you are marking your own exams and you are passing. And mula you beating your chest in any inch to deliver. You are cheating. You are manipulating You are manipulating all this. Go ahead.
He says in the
that is cheating, eh?
Who is calling our queen? I think you can be able to ask her, I think. She's
but nimwa waba comes in anguniva na balenchita.
Nima Kamzi aba.
But comes, you were here yesterday. Mama Lily, can you come up? You know, this government, they have been cheating. Kwenyu is cheating. You don't mark your own exam. Okay? These people, they are manipulating. I wish Bachichi girl to Baisa. Eva ishwe fiama numbers.
Lekanindande kofesi wa kwini na ine.
Lande niko.
Mkwai. Na mwishiwa. Ena. Okay, lekanimfye ndande mchinyanja.
Efo tulefwa yakula ndeni fitunde fyo mule fitunde muli comfortable so that twakula tuputaula tulechita distribute. Nali putaula kama muchitonga kali ya viral because tulefwa abantu kumishi bale ishiba. Bale beishibe file chitika mukalali.
Okay. Muziba. Inesininga mubuleme uyu haka. Uyu sininga mubuleme na kwenyu yake. But ni bulema wamene imwe mazambiani. Wakupanga kwenyu. Because mnazichita kwenyu. Instead yevu achite kwenyu. Mnazichita kwenyu. Wakuchita kwenyu. Ati isachewa tima kambati. Wakwatira nkanga. Wasia wale. Meaning that waona ubwino wachija chintu wasia chama chione kacha bwino then waona kuti ali chinzakhala nacho bwino kama onekedwa bwino boza imabwera niye pachicheva patikamba boza imabwera ukana maboza sikubinza kucha so aba kudachera ima vina tiyae nyanganani vine njangane kumwamba kunganchere vine njangane kumwamba kunganchere so aba kwa bashera yaba tione ni mairo tufuni kwenda kuvota kumalawi ukwanati pasa green light anapweza po nkhalamba 85 years imagine tizachita kwenyu wamenachitira kumalawi ni kwenyu bamugwenyura uko boza yamene tinalandira muno muzambia si boza yamene ndali kumalawi osole mpampeko hapo na hiyo ala pepani
So and again, can I say something also?
Back comes na mpuisha.
Mkwai.
Na totra na chimpita inidu nfire na sambile chaku chipata. But fiampi. Chewa, okay.
And he's using a very light one.
Oh yeah? Oh, wakashna lisharira. Go ahead, Falcon.
Yes, how is everybody?
We are just disappointed. We are depressed in a budget. See, the budget is depressing.
You know, that's why I want to make a comment.
Na Zesco na ena atiyo vale kuchita export ya malaiti. No, mba vale kashanu kuchita export. Finte fota vale kuchita export.
Where are we? For the past 4 years of darkness.
Ero nempia batuere kuise. Shoshine sho vale kuchita malaiti.
What have they realized?
How much has come in from that? So go ahead.
You know, soon wakunganda wenga want to me the phone. Can I use Lenje?
Chetwanda vya wamba mihobo yenu.
Okay.
Wuse kwa tomania ndamana shonda ga creeping and I start seculate. Gamwamba.
Okay. I'm ready chine mushesu.
Gamwamba badala.
Yeah, you know wakunganda soon wenga want to me the phone. Mpoa wenga waibona ya video ya kwa Minister of Energy. Ila njuaga ikumecha. Diamond TV kwamba batopa ma compounds 15 hours of power and then wa parliament wa mkuka kati no ndakanga kwamba malaiti I don't know 5 hours and then 15 hours so wali kwamba ati mulishi na mushalipanganda utowe chabana ngababonako abana abalo balatalika kubecha. Okay. Na mushalipanga ndawatalika kubecha abana batonu kwa kwatya paparo bata babecha. Abalo next time bala kubecha. So shoshe shoto na mama ministers ano. Kambuka kwamba bene bashali bayechechi mbo bene babubeshi. Okay.
Mwamba masimpe badala, mwamba masimpe. Ega mwamba.
So mabona no abanika abana abalo bataka kushabuyane bataka kubecha. Muntu wamba pa TV abantu batotamba ati abatopa ama compounds 15 hours of power. Waya ku parliament bamwipusha wakaka. So mu confirmation atawe abalo bana beya no kubecha.
Waba trena nguwaba yiha kubecha.
Wabona ja mushali. Okay, mushali wabesha bashi banu abaroma kubechera. Yeah, kwamba comment pali I budget, you know, most of the time church to chaya. Kamboka kwamba tunasunabo kubika numbers. Yata topanga ourselves. You know, yenga CDF, ndo kwamba pa CDF injoma chita increase. Kuikusha pa 36 vaitora pa 40. Some shati muma constituencies yamu, more especially yama opposition party. After 6 million yataba iboni.
Tawu, tiba ibona, tia siga.
Vanji, most of my MPs watoka mbati government reached Congo yama 2024. Ano mutakwalira kupa abantu 36 million. Itomwali, ano mula kuchukubesha kuyani kupa abantu 40 million. Injo problem jo tutoshana kama watanda kubika mafigures njo watokwali nakusha yani kupa bantu because there's no way mtokwali kupa 36 million per constituency and then mairunda ali mwaitona pa 40 not ikuseka noko. I don't know what's wrong with you know never challenges amaningi kubona muntu uswa kumushesu ngotopanga sheshi. Mulishi ukukusaba madezi swe wasaba matonga abamalenje bamayira banono tuseka bantu kwamba itwakameresha kwa ndimwe leadership yalota mchiteo njakumufe osingabo kambo there's no way to chitikesh. Okay, abamdala batunyono etashin dina ro banyonyola ba church. I don't know in the future to know chita campaign we are show so matter. Because we tried you failed. It was the time for him to polish and do the right thing.
That was it.
Sibonse tagu into yakuba kabotu kambo balia batonga balia ma problem baba ya mbaka panchito ali mumbanini. Banini maningi bantu banji mumizi mubali pengede batonga bonse kukumazabuka kuchika nkata kumonze ubwengwa bonse bantu balapenga kubwiro bantu bonse bali pengede so swebena Zambia twerede kujatana twerede kujatana kwambira bantu bonse bali mumizi gutegwa bahibe yichitika mu town kambo bali mu mwinzi balota bajisi problem emalaiti mwabona so kuti nawo baunko uya bapa cash for work program baba pa imito ufore balo kukoma nate yulumende ili tusungi.
I know.
Madam Bumi.
Na mosega hiba comes.
Murichishi. Abenga watu wakumushi. Walichisha tishi tutashiruka bote. Kozi linji. So tukala kuma taunzi. Wala tusenga mali. Watu wana difference. MPF na wamba wali tutosenga kwa 500. Watu miaka 1 pin.
Bati bani wole bantu bamu babole dapeja obandambira ati niba unkide ku Zambia baguyani na bajiha bayani na bajiha pemnya bajiha chikuba aliko menye maninga tie ihulumende yulatu pa 800 kwacha mbubo so Saturiama problem. Abantu baguminziba saturiama problem. Ma?
Wamela bagwana. Ninakomplena kwa pamoja. Anakamba mitofole. Manje nangasomitisha. Kwanje satifole sako.
Olo mitofole yo basati yaleta ma problem. Tuana tunini nini tuonse tulimiti. Abapati bonse bagamita.
Manje nangasomitisha.
Ma?
Why is that for a son? Yes, omitisa. Why is that for a son?
Gamuye. What's the problem? Vaga into Amana Humita once, Amajembele, Avana Basimbi, Avana Banini was limited.
Yeah, seriously, you touched it.
Avandambira tikamwamba yuwa to the muma local languages. Ask your question was such Tadanga and I would say. Your question can twist for it. But you push up and then Chisungu. Not no, you were saying talk English. You what time Mulaga was once you put to the Jisimiraga. Guriba Tonga, Guriba Rose, Guriba Memba, Guriba Shewa, Guan Zambia. So, another program we are to na wambaula miho yesu. Uche guama nato posta video eunka umunzi bagu wache tuamba.
Inojanzaka mfunsa wamene ujamzimayi uja. Uje manje unionaka mba kuti mita ufole. Nanga omitisa waisa fola.
Mitisha ufole? Ati mitisha ufole? Muyanda mitisha ufole ka? Mwaunfo kumwe bantu. Bayanda mitisha ufole abantu. Nara ni adi.
Wakeso ya mwamba tumwe, mwambazi.
Bana na nchi tondio sebe safari njina na kaninki.
Basa kwa wale bayanda mitisha ufole.
Mita ufole.
Ube mada kujera ujisamu. Ina mada majera ujisamu.
Guys, wewe kubitisha mo problem tapo. Anoka yesu tunanori aichi.
So tumitisha
Kambo mwaumu. And menda iwana problem. Ndaiwana problem. Kambo na omita. Inobaleka kuhola mita ufole kuye. Baya kubola kundinyi wati ndiwe wandimiha. Wondi pamali.
Kako diswapa tutuwatikila.
Manje kuti uzine kuti ni mtengo wa mango, uli mtengo wa guava, uli mtengo wa kali wa chani. Nakaza hicho kana kulima fruits. Na mafruits, ka ujamena panga fruits wa mitisa ka iliromba. Lomba wa mitisa, lomba kubananga wa mene ujawae sana mwezo tafoleko. Azafola kwa kala kwa azamita. Azamita kwa
Azamita branch. Yeah, oh, what did it? Oh, no. Yeah.
Vice President. Why mutomba watoa imita, but watoa imitisha tako kwa mama unaikona.
Tako hapana kumali.
Yeah.
But I think njameni nazena kwa na ganiza ine mwameneza na kwa na gambira sembera nani pasta kwa ngana wake wakazi ngo batatu cha nomba 0 foot
kuna institution ya kwamba
Wakamu pamoja chape ba keso wakamba amambe mwene
akuba institution ya kwamba baba bike pantu kumuwa manakashwa ombetu nopa mafumo kai bala no fola
ate kwa hii jandinda basate kwa hii jandinda
ammosheo wakeso na ammosheo
to kwamba au bacharule organization ya kwamba abo manakashi baba bike pantu komwi Lemo asobo soba masankwa batubike pantu omukaya nayo nika organization ya kwamba unokuona wamanakashi wa mpalifumo kwamba ya fore government kashi kwamba na tournament ya mafumo kai kwa tournament ya mafumo oro mpalifumo muntu takuwa mulandwa kai ngomita
onano Vakasoni. Vana mishumu bafula. Batachitewo bamashaji. Uri vana mu mishumu.
Kanjo yenkeyo batoswa kuli bamashaji. Watu wamishari washibikitweyo.
Kawashibikitweyo. Vakashota wakumpeko lifumu. Nano kalike kufola. Mwabona no.
So mwabona pale uko afya nomba mambite. Decision making ya mama yobali, anything that she speaks wafya sana. Because you know, and even what like shower comes and what Keson is saying, because it's about employer and employee number, but everyone has to benefit. Despite whatsoever. Because how many results in the chitika fuji baranda tumutuwale nguli watch mupere. So I think let us avoid having kwata bantu amsangwe because money they are feeding our children wrong and
Mr. Bland, yeah, to be honest with you, Mr. Bland, in these communities, there are a lot of pregnancies without fathers.
Yes, and
because young girls have just become interested in giving birth because there's that 600.
The statistics are very high, ma'am. I'm telling you, very high. If you compare 2021 statistics and today's statistics, you can be very, very sad to see what is happening. The girl child, what is going on, the people are taking full responsibilities. I think Zambia, it is driving away from what it was known for. Umusebanya, sure, pa BBC kuyazanga no, the witches have been, have been convicted with a crime of them bewitching a president. Sure, headline tukara umfikira ko sure pa BBC sure.
And Mr. Bland, penga mwabona, because even in a time HH ndakango chita my interviews ku State House. Wakakata believe you mushabwa.
Anakana.
Yeah, so what kind of a person are we?
Now, that's the life. Same mouth speaks something which is negative. Same mouth speaks something which is positive. He put himself outside of a ring. He put himself inside of a ring. Are these kinds of leadership or type of leaders should we have in this society? If your children will tell you.
There's a question in the comment section that how can you lock up a spiritual thing in prison? How?
Hapa headline ya chara nje. Hapa chachara. Kai hapa kwa kaswa chetu. Anu hapa kai temara ititako. Maraiti mbwa buda buja mumakombo numu yaba celebration na maraiti takwa nonchito iliko jenka yakupa amafumu. Kai bana balalondako na maraiti ali on. Nalobya mbokutako maraiti. Yaya. Uli chito.
Chizami na chambe mumulima moja mustrechi.
Utoba twa tushia this year.
Twaro tutoba kotwana hey.
Awe. Toka bambira ati bonse bana bayabukujero bakabatwale kungande bamutale na Rumango.
Kwasira chake kwatenge bende kunyumba kwao.
Guti nabaleka kuhola ma 800 kwacha bakabatole bana bonse kuli bamutale. Tali mbiba batumatika muyamumite.
Awela batu taking us.
Do you remember to say they stated to say there is female state. Within 7 days, then they said that we don't have female, we should work freely. Now they put flag up. When they were being asked, then he said, no, we didn't say that we have stopped mourning. Are they playing with the minds of Zambians as if they don't know what they talk or what? That is why when you want to become a leader, especially nation leader, these politicians, they should not be playing with our minds. First of all, if you want to become a president, start from a councillor, or not from a councillor, a chairperson one, from a chairperson one to be councillor, MP, minister, via now to a president. That one will help us because you know what is on the ground and you know how people are struggling. Not just you are coming from maybe to have to kulishirangano ni ngombe then akutenga kalaya pa chita blah blah chita chaso. These are the consequences which you are facing on. And these are the also same consequences which Malawians faces. Now, they brought back the same person whom they saw that this is not a right leader. Now they cried for him. That is what is happening here in Zambia. Sorry to say so, but people, they are suffering, I'm telling you. Instead of maybe eating 2 times, 3, 4, 5 times a day, you find that you save just to eat once. So that at least you should have put something into your stomach. Wow, themselves are benefiting, eating 3, 4 times because they are fueling their vehicles with our own money. On top of that, they are taxing us, leaving foreigners freely. Are they helping us? No. We have to think, we have to work, or they should help, because those are our servants. They are not serving themselves, but they are our servants. We have to make sure this coming year we should choose a right leader, not just somebody who maybe just do instead of his benefit.
Once bakavota longri ali batsuka bana chibibi bantu olo twamba bwa isunu atuye tukavote
Awe sunu ndakomana mwandiri. My panel is full of balombwana balikelike ndakomana sunu. Only men on the program today. That's nice for a change. Usually it's mixed. Yeah, awe mwansekesha mwandiri mundi sege ya. Ma?
Tapu otosa kwamba ito Michelle.
Kufola.
Ninkwataka ni pusho. according to what you highlighted, Professor Tilati, the main thing that we should focus on is what we need to, especially like you are vying for being a president next year.
I am not vying. I'm not standing.
In as much as you are not standing, I think you'll be the best person to answer some of the questions that I have. Because,
Yeah.
you know, me personally, I want to understand. Do we have a different system in Zambia? Is democracy what we are having right now is just a face cloth that us as citizens of Zambia, we haven't known the truth? And secondly, do we have independence as we think it is?
Oh, democracy is
Just
there.
tell me,
Democracy is
just
there.
tell me the truth.
To be
Just
honest
tell me
with
the
you,
truth.
democracy is there, but you have heard people saying our democracy has been hijacked. There is no separation of power.
Sorry, madam.
Yeah.
I think from my side, don't put but. If there is no democracy, just say there is no democracy. If there is a democracy, say there is a democracy. Then personally, myself will ask you some
So you say like any Ndembiama question packed in the let so I answer you correctly. What is the first question? Let me write it. Mwachilandati, is there democracy, right?
Yes, I'm saying, do we have democracy in Zambia? Especially, is it just a face cloth that as citizens we do not know what is behind this democracy? And secondly, are we independent Zambia as a sovereign nation that we cannot, we do not have any, in short, let me just put it to say, are we independent? Do we have our own? Can you get me?
Yes, yes. And I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So are we independent as a country, Zambia, whereby if let's say you go into State House, you make a final decision, and that final decision is respected even by foreign investors, also by other nations. Let me just put it in general to say the Western countries also and the EU countries, do they respect decisions that come to a nation like Zambia when a head of state has made those final decisions? Or maybe it is just like when you go there as a leader, it is just that you are just there for formality, but the one who runs the country, it is not the one that we have gone for, especially into the elections. So I want to...
Madam,
I'm for we up a question, Imbi.
how relation for question? I think just china kwanisha vile before tamulaska mumu wa kingi mumu ala British and mumu therefore ukulan brother question you.
Mwalanda? The 1K at Shani.
Yes, so ndera ndoko bati imumala British amala sondwega therefore kwaswa question by more question by pusha.
Okay, Asuken.
One of those questions
Asuken.
with the yes, you know, independence yakaina ngo amala mulo bapanga twapanga muno mchano chisu cha Zambia. Believe me, you my brother, it is in this this time now. Actually, that's the only problem we need now, even going forward. Once have a kalaisa popa kwato kwishuko. Mafia. Okay? Because why in there and so if we cannot respect that independence, if we don't have, you think that even our foreigners independence?
Point of correction. Madam, can I object?
Let him finish. Mwalaba fulunganya brain yabo. Lekeni bapuishe.
Yes.
You disturb his train of thought. Go ahead, yeah.
So the thing, what I'm talking about here is that look at even our government of today. They are saying something today. Tomorrow, they put it across to say, no, this is our law in this country. Look, our leaders were so to quarter. Most of the time, this is the problem which we are facing even today. And this is what we don't want even coming next year. You get the point? There is no way. For now, especially now, Malamulo Miare Kongo, not body no short to fikire way. Here and I want to waste. Okay? Because if the president can come and say, no, Tamrekwa Tamarai team, it's because of lack of leadership. Bring us, you will see. Then asa isa, umutuma wile ule bura futi, no kubura maraito kwambo kulashtisha. Okay? Umutuma wile futi, awaba mtala lumango mulera ndapo. Bapundo washani, imi tofore. What is happening now? Now we meet abantomba, now what if yakula mayanda? Now what is shanshtu mayanda? Then are we expecting some people who are coming as foreigners kuisa konkamala mungu? Ora pali no shitara mbanga mwa. Na furu. Because what they want is now we need to work as especially you youths. Who respect the rule of law, not here Pakanwafi. The leaders who come and respect the one Zambia, one nation. The leaders who come and respect freedom. Because if we can for then I'm a foreigners, do expect if I'm a foreigners, let's to come from because especially this government. You know, this government, it's very difficult for you to do things lightly. This is what I've seen in this government of today. This government, and I'm telling you, I can challenge you because in the this time I'm going to be to rightly. The thing of Valanda, if you are well, but minister, bro, in a what happened? That day came. What happened? I know you people, you are thinking that maybe I will resign. Forget about it. The same leader. Then we are expecting that Madam Queen, I'm telling you, this country, we need to tell our people to say next coming leadership, they need to respect respect Amalamulo, Bashta respect one Zambia, one nation of Bashta respect. Fiance Filefwai Kofi to a Panganga from a Zambian. So like now, over another race and same Panganda. Panganda, and over those who were a capella Nishtan Shuko, then we expect Abalasa in a vessel. No matter what you for Africa, Kawan guide. Not totally quiet. I don't know if my brother now he wanted to object, I don't know.
Go ahead, Niba Brian. Mwachira Fokulanda.
Yes. In as much as in what he explained is not really quite of I'll say my pinpoint of what I really asked, because he answered on a general, general.
So sorry, Madam President, through you. O'Brien, you have a question, Madam President. Bafunsa palinkana ati Mozambia tilina democracy. Loko Mozambia tilina independence. Swameni O'Brien.
Yes.
So, O'Brien, vya mamaniza kuyankirani. Sinizayankati yes or no. Mwaimveraga. So nifuna mumveseseche according to what I know. Or to what I see. Or what everyone sees. Onani Brian, Zambia, banapanga kudala malamulo. Zambia, it was declared as a democratic country in 1991 after one party state was thrown out. Small Brian.
Yes, I remember it.
So, malamulo yonse ya independence yalipo, malamulo ya democratic country yalipo. But kaili aba bantu bameneti mashita elect wa Brian ngati bakwera kuli ife kupempa mavotes wa Brian aba bantu bamakwera kama njebere ife ndife banchito banu mwaimveraga ndife banchito banu. But once katawashita elect aba bantu wa Brian bamabwa batichinjira ife tezele mabosses bawo timakwata pinda mkatankala banchito bawo beve bankala mabosses bawo bambuchita che impose banywa bafuna muri ife kuyibala malamulo. So independence Zambia is independent kudala, but abantu abana mabwerapo bamachinja bintu kwangati baimvera maimvekera. Yacha malamulo ambe banacho sapo kudala time ya koloni wele kaunda since yacha mabooks bana shock yacha mabooks yalipo. Bamamba kuyuzinga manje yacha malamulo manje ya mkolonio kamba kupiningira nkoni imwe. Bacho sapo independence just because they want to stay in power for too long. Maimvera banani kadi ba O'Brien. So babena mko chinja ibivonse bivintu wa O'Brien. Bamena wa leaders watu bameti mashita elect tawapasa nchito after tawapasa nchito wama kwa kuchinjira nzeru bapaka nzeru. Waona ga weze ma servants watu. Batu wa popesa tuankala ma bosses watu just because tashitakuwa nchito tawapasa cha ma officers yani wenzeli kufuna. So mzaona next year ngati yafika independence na democracy bizabwerera why? Just because you wafuna kuchita nji, wafuna kubwela futi kulimu na kwambo kuwabia futi na kupempa mavotes, independent izabwele la democracy izabwele. I hope na yanka, wamena ankirako. Ndio mwanifu walena mwamene video wa Brian. Thank you.
That's the same thing.
Madam President.
Mkwai.
I think let me just respond.
Go ahead.
According to the way me I see and I understand, this time around there is no democracy. There is dictator. From there, independence. We don't have independence because some other things they removed from the notes, which it symbolized us to be free. So as I'm speaking, I personally I say we don't have democracy. From there, this why was it saying there is no democracy? Because you can't put a cyber law for a country which is holding multi-parties. No. Cyber law meaning that people should not talk. When you say anything or when you criticize the government, you have to be apprehended. For instance, sorry to say so, only members and listeners, they're the ones who are being convicted too much. Are they just the only ones who abuse the media, or are they only ones who are the thieves? And for instance, there's a certain guy who works in the Rata. He talks a tribalism remark. Is that person apprehended? The answer definitely is not. So what kind of democracy are we? That is why we responded to say there is no democracy. These other things which we talk. Me personally, I can talk a good switch talk, but on my deep of heart, it is something else. So these leaders which we are having on, they are all dictators. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Mwalanda, any comment before I comment?
No, I think madam because I think what my brother said and the same thing I talked about. I said it to say this democracy is there. Now, for now, we don't have. That's why going forward, we need leaders who respect democracy. The leaders who respect freedom.
Mami, can you elaborate maybe on what why I brought those questions? Maybe I should elaborate.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
In a we do not have when it comes to the citizens of Zambia, how they are treated here in Zambia, with people that come in with white collars. I will talk about people, let's say. When we talk about citizens of Zambia, that each and every Zambian must benefit the natural resources of this country. Independence itself. We are not independent. In as much as you want to talk about independence, look at it. Look at what ends up, what we involve ourselves into. 60, I think we are 67. Is it 67 years now? 61. We do not produce enough of people that the government is confident enough with in our educational system. Look at the engineers, Kumain, who runs our mines. But we talk about independence. You bring in people from different nations to come and run the mines. Yet you educate your own children to say they should become the futures of the leaders of tomorrow. But you're not entrusting them with their own natural resources of this country. Then you call yourself that Zambia, a democratic nation, a sovereignty. But many of our things, especially the national assets, the minerals and everything, they have all been given to people who have been supporting these political parties. And there's one thing that I see is that each and every political party is a sponsor who is a foreigner. And once that leader ascends into power,
Mr. O'Brien.
Just wait.
I just want to add on your issue. I'm not trying to step on your submission, but I'm concurring your submission. There's something that I just want to add on. It's 5 seconds.
Okay.
O'Brien. Langalani, mamainzi yatu O'Brien mwalimu akambira. Yalamba kusewenza mamainza. Ma brothers watu na ma sisters watu, watate watu na mamae watu wanambira kusewenza kumamaini. Since from 1964 kwa namba kushita operate kumamaini. Muni uza kulipe capacity for kulipe ma engineers wanonga kwanza kurani mamainza. But mukaenda, for example, mukaenda ku Ghana, mukaenda ku Burkina Faso, mukaenda ku Nigeria ku mamainzi. Mlabela ati ma engineers wanosenza kuja mamainzi ni ma Zambians. Nanga waisu kusanga watenga ja ma engineers babwa kurani mamainzi. So that's why mafuna vanona ine opinion yange. Niona munga swa mafuna abantu ma Zambians kusenza kuja ku mine. So watu wakazizwa vilivyo machita malitazi watu. Loko vilivyo matenga kuja kwa ziko. That's why matenga waja abantu wamene simza kaonapo futi ngati wachoka kumamaini wakaenda shwaenda kwa sida. Go ahead my brother, I finished.
Thank you very much. So mama inefyo ndefo haya ndero mbako, if you know that there are people that are going to stand next year, tulero mbako ama minerals that balefu ya mchalo cheswai, they don't grow back. There's what they call there's a time period. Maybe in the next of 30 years, we don't have any reserves. And whatever that we are going to use after 20 years from now, I don't know as Zambians. So whatsoever that you can do to save this country, please, we beg of you, students to go and learn in Russia there, so that they can start mining the mines in Zambia, so that Zambia can have enough reserves, so that in the next 50 years, whether they are not buying copper from us, but Zambia can be able to, survive. Because I'm telling you, in the next 50 years, Katuishi Zambia, how it will be without reserves. Look at what China has done. Whether it does not buy copper, but it says it can run for about 50 years without buying, because it has enough that it has reserved. So here in Zambia, do you think that you want to say it comes back? No. So in a different day, at least the country can be saved from that, so that we are able to sustain ourselves as Zambians, because copper is essential. Gold is also essential for us as Zambians. So please, in that's why I'm saying, when I look at it, I don't see like we have democracy or we have independence, because someone is benefiting more than the country itself, and you cannot be taking out all the deposits, because those things, they don't grow back. In the next 50 years, tukachuro visana, and you don't know how our children will be. Thank you.
Thank you. These two questions, they are very deep. It's a deep-rooted question which needs a lot of understanding of the geopolitics of our country and of our continent. And for independence, yes, we have a formal independence, which we are 100% independent as a country. But then, in terms of controlling our wealth, we are partially independent, because we still belong to organizations like the Commonwealth, and also organizations like the IMF and the World Bank. So, like Mwambe Fyokulembama notes yenu, and we really need to dissect and look at it, this whole thing. Zambia is not an isolated case. All countries in Africa, they are victims of neocolonialism. I think that's where neocolonialism, when you talk about, are we really independent? Yes, we are a sovereign nation, but we are still subject to neocolonialism via some of these organizations we belong to as a country. Commonwealth, World Bank, and IMF. Now, we can't really blame ourselves for being part of the Commonwealth or the IMF or the World Bank. What really matters is what we do. How do we get out of these alliances that we are trapped in? We are put in debt trap. Mwalisho ba IMF ni trap ya nkongole. Hello, democracy also. Yes. Zambia, I just Googled it. If in Shilelanda fya kumuto kumwandi na ngumabika mucha GTP, you find this information. Zambia, we are a signatory to the United Nations Declaration, and we have a Human Rights Commission there that was enacted by Parliament in 1964, right after independence, and we have a mission at the UN here. We have a mission, people are accredited, they are working at the UN. So we are a democratic country. We adopted multi-party partyism in 1990 when we moved from one-party states. So on paper, everything is fine. Everything says we are democratic. But when we come to the real issue, when we come to see what is happening on the ground, Zambia is not 100% democratic. It is called a hybrid regime. And it's there on the internet. And it is saying many African states operate under hybrid regimes. They hold elections, but power is concentrated in ruling parties. Opposition is suppressed or corruption weakens institution. This is the problem we are facing in Zambia. We have the laws, but party Ngayaisa, the PF, they were suppressing the opposition. Now by UPND, they are worse than by PF.
So, Madam President, mwaimbira amene mukambai navai nakambele vasiyana pati nakamba mamene mwakambira imwe exactly, Madam President, takambati democratic ilipo, it was declared.
Yes.
Ilipo. Independent we are ilipo, but my leaders are managed to elect.
But practically,
so that power for too long.
Yeah, so now this is why if here Mozambique that power is sweet. You know why they say power is sweet? Because they want to abuse that power. We have leaders going on 60 years who are not there to work for the people. You know. Now let me talk about the neo-colonialism. Neo-colonialism, we are not the only country in Africa subject to neo-colonialism. But the difference is other countries or other leaders subject to neo-colonialism, they work for the people. Ngabaya kuwa IMF kudia, they will negotiate deals where more money is staying in the country. Wamona. Opo tuwapusani na ifuna vena ama Zambianzi, na other countries subjected to this neo-colonialism. Botswana, they are negotiating 50% to remain in their country from these people who own the mines. It's a process we have to negotiate, but we need leaders who are strong and have not borrowed money from these people. They are not selling our country down the river. Eo tulefaya lido wakwe wati, ngaya ku Anglo-America, beba bajaba sungu. Imamwe basungu ikopa Yesu. So ngata matupele 50%, get the hell out of Wichalo Chesu. Kuti banande ishi. Bale batamfya kufyalo fyonze. Including Malawi here, bale batamfya babe na miners, abasungu. Zimbabwe bale batamfya, Botswana bale batamfya. Inga ifa Mozambia nishtwala bapelela tax free. And subjecting and taxing our people to death. Mumone budget yalelo. Budget yalelo. They even want to tax ulestisha money mulumendo ukwete akantemba for money transfer. They are increasing taxes. But for mining, which is our backbone of the economy, they are giving them tax holiday. But let you know, kuti mwebale fo kula itaya sembo myotoka shenu Mozambia. You come, we shall not tax you. But Trump and power, he increased the taxes so that more money is staying in his country. So problem my leaders vesu neo-colonialism, we are not the only country subject to neo-colonialism. But in the fact that we are subjected to this neo-colonialism, let's have leaders who can negotiate to a point where we can even control 90% of our resources. Nachila tamba President Banda Padiba Emmanuel Mwamba. Bachila that mining technology, it is more mechanical. They are using robots and advanced equipment. It's less labor intensive. So these mines, they are making maximum profits. In the budget, they didn't even mention about cobalt. How much are they making from cobalt? Cobalt, we have the largest cobalt mine in Africa. Tidy per budget, but the income is not showing. We have emerald mine, the income is not showing. Kwa wakafunya kwa shinga kuma emerald. Kuli Nico, mwanishi wa mtengo wa Nico imwe. Google the price of Nico and how much Nico is going. But if you go online, you will see all this information, how much Zambia is producing in cobalt annually. Nico, all these mines, if you go online, it is there. But we come to a national budget. This information is hidden from the Zambians. So that's why we are saying we need all these leaders who are not putting Zambians first to go. Ama leaders like Benanevas Mumbai is supposed to stand with the people. Abantu balechula. But Benanevas Mumbai bakuntanshu kurumbanya ba HH. Where can we go as a country?
Mama, good evening. Madam President, you know, this is what I was saying to say. By youth in Namayo, this is our time now. This is the time when we are supposed now to see. Kuivotela
mwewene, lekeni fenefia kuloresha ukumbi. Kuivotela na mayo, kuivotela na youth, kuivotela mwewene. If ile chika kulia kubukina Faso finish. Young people, they have taken over. Because they are not entangled, they are free. They can go to the IMF to negotiate. They can go to Commonwealth to negotiate freely. You need someone who's not entangled. Not worry, koba mumusewa ikuwa hivi koba walile mpia shabe na tilekeni ntungurule. You can't when you have eaten their money. Kula nomba palasti balabe ni amantu kula kupela mafunde if ya kuchusha abantu be. No nomba. Although those people they have got amafunde ya kuchusha abantu iya kusende mpia muchalo. Intunguru shule kupata shibishadi ipate no mutima. Mwamona?
Son.
Apa it's not even about IMF abasungu. Abasungu chibatuwebe okwebati. You know mwira abena Zambia mwira bashitile miti mufipatala. They get their money and it's up to our leadership to do what they need to be done for the Zambian people. Abasungu wala sende mpia kuno ku Africa. Baisa kuno they pay tax to the government and the government builds hospitals, build roads. Nomba ifwe ama maini mule pera abantu amabwe. Ndola Lusaka ndo courage yobadi firu kukula. Elo babu mfeshe mpia shaku NAPSA. They took money from NAPSA and today they are reporting in the budget they only did 45%. So what have they done with the money for 4 years? Uriomusewo nalibikire mu chat GTP. The distance or less than 300 kilometers, you can build that road in 10 months. But it has taken them 4 years and it's only not even 50% complete. So we have a problem of leadership in Zambia. He said when it's the problem we have in Zambia is leadership. But he has also failed to lead. And the PF leadership was better. Because even if they borrowed, we can see so much infrastructure, world-class buildings, airports, roads, whatever. Mubudget yalelo.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. They are talking about building 3 new airports. So I'm like, who is going to fly on those planes? Because in Zambia, less than 10% of the people fly. So balekula ma airport yata tunomba ukala kuma airport yonina.
So, Madam President, your story ama airport inamba muli budget yawe ya first. We
don't need the airports because they have failed to build a road between Ndola and Lusaka. They have failed. Mumishia bantu mulkulia bamwine mushibachira bashika lero. Did you see Kusolwezi? The roads in Serezi reka red. But this is the place where the money is coming to run the economy. The roads in Solwezi are worst. They can't even build street roads in the cities. Muma township kusolwezi kulia mwachimona. And they can tell us they are going to build the airport, 3 airports. Ye no mweka kabili mwenda na pamusebo. Ba eche wenda na chopa ukufuma panganda pamwabo kuya pa office for lunch. roads are congested, roads are bad. Now, all the time and money by HH has used to fly from State House to his house, back and forth, how many times a day? Ngatabakula freeway. Ngatabakula freeway yako bafyati nabantu bose balenderamo. Ngabali kula ma road yali ya mumseopamulu. And the people can use that road too. But HH decides to fly on a chopper, and he has spent so much money just on himself, on his daily trips, to work in the State House where he has refused to move into. So problem mwebena Zambia, nife fwebene. Zambia is not the only one affected, nama debt trap, na neocolonialism, Commonwealth, but other countries like Botswana, they are living better than us. Why? Because of the leadership. So we need people who are free and courageous to tell Uriomwinewa mining guys at Mune. Pay to Caesar what is due to Caesar. Give us tax. 3% honestly, kuchimatuala kuisa 3% mwebantu. Yeah? On copper only, these people, gross profit on mining 800 tons of copper is about 8 billion kwacha. 8 billion kwacha eo bapanga gross profits on copper. Nombanga babika prama expenses, maybe 1 billion running expenses. So the profit, maybe they are making over 60 to 70% profit. So we can say they are making profit maybe 6 billion. So out of the 6 billion, they don't pay kobo. So 6 billion were sent from copper only. Now kuliniko, mamona, bali funyako tabali piraolo wanungwe, they make like 6 billion on copper only. These mining companies in Zambia, next year, they will make 10 billion because they are going to increase up to 1 million metric tons of copper. They will make 10 billion next year. So they will be take-home profit about 8 billion US dollars is what they'll take home. And that is not even reflected in the budget. So you tell me we are independent or not. We are independent, yes. We are partially independent because there is neocolonialism, which affects all African countries. But then when we come down to our geopolitics as a country, we are a regime, we are a hybrid regime. We are under oppression. When the presidents come, they start oppressing you. Ngamwabeba chiteni if so that we kare bwino mugwireni. The next thing ni cyber bill. To shut the people out so they can continue stealing people's public fund without explanation. Cheating by marking their own performance test. When you, me, I'm a teacher. Nganwe teacher takwabo kuichongela paper yobi. Echo bale kitaba UPND. Bale ichongela ama paper la yabo. Bale ichongela ama paper la yabo. Atina tuali bomba kwenyu. That is cheating. You don't mark your own paper if you write an exam. Zambians should grade UPND on their performance. That kwenyu thing is a scam and it is cheating. And you all should be ashamed of yourself by UPND. You should be ashamed by UPND to kula ikwenyuna. That is cheating. When you have done nothing, the people are suffering. So I have answered your question. We know, yeah, first quantum mona. So what they have done is, bali funya kwa MPO kuya ku treasury, but ukubale po kama kickback. Kasonde Mwenda reported that Terene Oleland. Kasonde Mwenda said, for every 100 kwacha, UPND gets every $100, UPND gets $2. So you can imagine they are loaded. They are fully loaded and they will bribe and pay anyone to cling to power. No, but why should you cling to power at the expense of impoverishing your own people? May God punish them. Efo ningalandafi. Nachibana ba mama chika moneka ku group. Oko bachilanda chibachimo kuya kuchiro kuli muine mushi. Bakapokole bachibekisha mu motoka at don't go to Solwezi. On the last roadblock. And it reminded me what happened to your brother Ghost. Bali amchita ambush kuchiriro. So nabe naba mama chika moneka. Achituma bangeri bebe atiwi yakusolwa ezuku. Ngaba yachiyaba lynchinga. The same way Ghost's brother was lynched by cadres for talking against this government. Mama chika moneka, they were ready to lynch her. Kuchiro chakwambo in the mush. We saw the man Black Apple bamutuala naku police instead of the hospital. So he dies. And that is what is waiting for me. If I go to Zambia, ndenda Lusaka, bakesa nguma, abduct me. I'll be lucky if my body is found. Kula enda na security. Takuri kwenda nechi mpwena, ba UPN ndio pobafikiri. But these are youths who are suffering. And why are they doing all this? Apanombe for nachidandalelo in the opening kwebati. We need to educate our youths. They are the ones who are going to free this country. Pantu ni mweba fula. Ba youth ni mweba fula Zambia. Like can you conquer shama politicians? Zambia is already democratic. Bibakala pona fe twakula ba pepe na ma dangerous players ba pona fe ba afwa. Ba le fyengeresha abantu mu Zambia. Ba fumine ko UNIP government chomobali, NMD government chomobali, PF government chomobali, na moyo PND. He said the shalo chile ya kunuma. So democracy is there. But we have to be strong and fight these people.
Madam President, because akamba kukamba kuno Joe, nzampasa phone, nzampasa namba yano kuchitene explain. Wabene vina chitika kuze mani wana mmenyela bezotenga vinsimbi kai wanampeleka kwa wapikira makachasu kwa mandevu bezotenga vinsimbi kuluja muliro ndiye ajamele mwana mabani patupi aja kwamba kumushura skin, they wanted to skin him alive.
Oh my God.
So as I explain, so kaidi awantabena makamati kulibeka dalism. So istachenda TikTok amalesa kuleta po ma pictures ya ma graphic ya so. Maon. Because what they did to him, wala mmenya careless Madam President. Chakti they left.
Ukumi nemfwa.
Police wanaenda kukana. Wa police wanakana pa mandevu. Wala manje himo. Simungaleta muntu amene afa kugala mumulete kuna tipake mu sales. Mulandu gwanji atama tukana wa president.
Imagine.
Okay, tukana wa president. Give us the evidence. The evidence.
The police were supposed to arrest those hooligans. Nishtaba waka kiria popeni. Ba police la mena waka leta problem Muzambia. Taba mwena wana wakumana wefyo balechita. Kuchi abantu baleto omuntu half dead mwakano kumukaka.
Manje ma brothers wena nguna wanzao Madam President. Ndi wana nyamuka manje. After wapasa number plate waja watu wenze kukumanda wana mshikira abduct. Ndiwana nyamuka kwa mbosa kila ijabasi wanaipeza pa mandi kwa junction na kugwira wamene uja driver enzo yenza. So patika wamene uja driver wanampasa na mlandu wa abduction. Alikuti alipa Woodlands police.
So mwebantu bakwale, so we are independent and there is a democracy. Democracy Muzambia moiri. Okay? So pusanya, let us look, there are two stages of democracy and independence. There is a global independence where to adiba mukabotoro kaba neo-colonialism na ba IMF na ba World Bank na ba Commonwealth. Karia kabotoro tu adiba mo karia. Mwamona. So we have to maneuver and find the people who are courageous and find people who are clean so that out of the situation we can negotiate better deals for our people. And this is being done in Botswana. Bale butukira kuma 30%. Nama 50% kuna Namibia kuli. You know? Or if we have a revolutionary mindset, kuti kwa isa fyo buteko wakwe bati, ama mining companies wonse chen tufisale and let's renegotiate again. Filefila ndaba kasonso. That can also be doable.
Zofava kusenda neshingi. Mali abamuisa bafilisi balesenda fina ngo 20%.
Imagine.
Because fwebe ne bamu shirini fwebo mo balefunya. Na ngushoshi lempia benge bati chalo chenu chali kongolo olupia. Olupia bala funya pali 1 year na ngo 2 years nishin kongole shose shapa.
Yes. But the problem mama ni ababene ama leaders abakwe bati bale instant impia shire ya ku Bank of Zambia Treasury. Impia shire ya ku ma private account muma offshore. This is the problem we have. We have corrupt leaders.
No, mama neni, if you impia shire ya muma offshore account. Shire mufiaro fingi. Eno chafu wa shire impia shashala shire wincha shire chalo chaya lita kwenda.
Naba chiru batali impia shadi shala kulia kwini. Tashibwera. Even by Chiluba. Yes. They start investing. You know,
Madam President, World Bank, World Bank. Logo pa opposite pa bank, warobinga bank pa opposite ukangena World Bank swaza colors ya drama wazastenga. There's no next of.
And then problem Papu Shifunya. The problem is when he taking it out.
By the time he died, ulipa menana ndotenga drama za chiwa zonse sinasala World Bank.
Paliwala ndiyati.
The same thing with Switzerland.
Yes.
Switzerland is borrowing.
Yes.
All the idiots, they take money to Switzerland.
Nangwi ine ile kupana mai. Yes. All this money that baba pela fi omungulu wali chiramu.
Switzerland. Do you hear that Switzerland has borrowed this? Do we hear
takwa nefe chitika ku nimpia. People's money running at chalo. I was in Switzerland, alabadi wa miechalo. Ero bala foresha na abantu bali wapama monthly salary. Ukubombe nchitoku the new option. Because the government pays them monthly.
Because all the fools of Africa, they have put their money in.
Bambi no mana ku Dubai, mama.
Money from another African country to take to another African country. And that's something to say that no. The all fools banking the money in foreign countries. When they idiot die, nobody will claim that money.
Takudi, but you know, like
generating that wealth for that country.
Last week, equally.
Mama, usina bachifika bakwatenda lama mfiyalo fiyasungu fiyaba sungu. Na kwatenda lama adna mku kwa msungu. Sawa mwana msungu mwana kashimilone ya mku. Nowhere. You want Figanga Waffle Yawafwa? She didn't know that Shayako for African community.
She will. Mama wine kuno kuine kwa America. I am licensed insurance agent ndashitisha insurance. But you know, tell these people to tell their beneficiaries I have a life insurance policy. Olo wine feso panonafu nalikwata 1 million insurance policy. Ngashebeli abana bandati mukaye kukushanyi koko nalembera insurance policy 1 million mupoke. If I don't tell my children, they won't give them. So insurance, require 10 pia. Even here in America is a big problem. If you don't tell your people you have insurance policy, or you have a money mu bank muafwa, ama bank kuikara ponishchapwa banonga.
Nishchapwa.
Nomba yowe mufirika kutuba isa ku Africa. Isha kuiba. But you know nangu bambi badi bulire mpia babika ilivine bate mokufisa. Babomfya mashina yaba nabo. So at a certain man ku Zambia okokwini atalishitira mayanda yengi ku UK mu Zambian money. Ero nomba bambo kushita investigate bamukonka. But who is the owner of this property? Bamuita Pumulos Tumbeko. Yes, niwewe mwini wa mayanda. Yes. Okay, can you show us how you got this money? Pumulos Tumbeko kailisha kuilempia. Alanda tawe bamperefe bayama banda tikashtia mayanda. Okay, amayanda ya tuachita seas. So because iwempia esho ukwata. Esho wakwate mpia. you have no income ya kukwata property yonse taule tulanga wealth yobenga walino nkanga yafumine kuli bawi. So bring that person SHT claim Amayanda, we are seizing them. Nomba Amayanda ya.
For example, Mama, there was a time when I was in Kumutomboko, and that was the time that Manawasa came there.
This prayer is for your daughter. Heavenly Father, I come before you with a heart full of love and gratitude for my daughter.
That's how people they were defending a telecom. Who said, I to pay them misable, I to pay a man, Shire Green, I to pay a man, I to pay a fiance thing to place before I work. So that's why I'm going to even find the Abanku. Nangoko was Mabushipanga. Not why I'm doing Pia Fialo soon.
Mukwaida awabene kulandani ati bali Amayanda bali chitasizi kabiri nabena kuno bale bafe ku Africa baya mkushite pe kulandani. So kulandani kulya
it's for them.
Yeah, so bali sunga forfeited to the state. Efi abachita baba afita na auction. Abasungu kuno kwali Bamayanda bala chita auction. Baishtisha fenga ndeya mutengo fe waisa isanga bale ishtisha give out auction the highest bidder asende nganda. Why? Because if ile fuma mufialo omo bale ibira if abalanda Ero nobody forfeit to state kaidi chapo after na auction. Bala shite fima mansion ali umfule pona bamo muchipani chimochimu kuno kwide ku San Francisco. You know San Francisco kwa mutengo ka apartment ni 1 million 2 million ka apartment. So Amayanda they are really expensive. Kashinga ma 20-30 million in San Francisco. Na nifule ko ba politician ba mobali shitenganda. Nombe ficha koma kabiri kula bati ma property taxes shani ngata already pila fida fiance bachita seize mwamona palace auction to state elo walibile 20 million yabena Zambia nga wali 20 million kumushikumo be abantu bo bikutuba leikala shani
we don't pay property taxes like here every month. Because here property taxes in every month. Then when you don't pay property taxes every month, we say that you've never paid the property taxes. There is a house here.
Atumina bluro wako ya ishita pa discount.
Maybe 20,000 because you never paid that 20,000 in property tax.
But walinganda walilipira. Muri ubupuba mu Zambia especially. Na tumfuati kuma Dubai uko na bashita ama jets.
Especially when you go to America, houses they're expensive for nothing.
My dear, look at even in Rwanda. Umunabo Kagame, I am kuiba maminro mu Congo alekule chalo chavo. Ero imwe mulebula mamlepela mabwe yenu for free. Can you imagine that nonsense? Kagame alikule chalo. Kagame has built a country mumabwe ya kuiba. Amabwe ya kuiba moneni Kagame fyo awamye chalo. Ale iba amabwe from Congo. Kagame ali wamye chalo from amabwe ya kuiba. Tamwabe edi wanangulimo ku Rwanda.
chawama nabo because alipanenga uno no baba kuti bafuma kuno baisa mukwiba baisa mkwa mechalo jabo kuno kupita na ocean na ma ocean
at least abasungu bamwandini nangu nibe nani business nomba be tubapeleke example umuntu wafita munabo Kagame aleiba amabwe from Congo but ali wamye chalo chabo nomba imwe namkwata amabwe mulepera amabwe yenu for free ushamwali kuana babena Zambia mwandini ne. That's why
economics basambirire ne baleti badisa economics no economics ya kuise ya slow down ya ku group 3 na round in ku group
ine kuti na tema afya na ingia na Kagame aisa tuteka ingani dictatorship ikwena cash chawa mapona sala dictatorship
kwandi mwananso muno bwino
iyo ine dictatorship balande yako uyo Traore chawa mapotwa sala na dictatorship ya ku Traore oloya kwa Kagame file chitika kuchira democracy
Zambia democracy is a wicked democracy.
Mayonga twaroresha peri ya shifi no pomuliranda nsemu neli ashitako bati every people chikaisha wama twabwera loko twafumini because abana abo previous government baleiba nemisibo twahishima na hospital twaliyamona nifinge maskuru twaliyamona nomba bena baleiba noko baletwale fino fumulipunda bamala ololomba nishikusambira kwa busara kweshani kwena etinishiro kwishwa mulo kwero bali balo waichirafi okulaboko balefuma babalo wechirafi
muituntumbete ba youth muiminine mu 2026 muiminine na bana mayo iminine nife mukaivotere inonshita tafiafinesi ya wana alandirete tempia shikavota inonshita vakavota fyo muntu uri ukwete omutima w'abantu yo mukalero leshapo uwakuya mukumirandira kulya kubasungu not ku state house kula itafya basungu po baile ku state house ni ku state house kula abasungu basangala ku state house ama foreigners
awe ina ngachi wecho nchisha kulia mulomo kwena umulomo wena na uija kwena wena Zambia
tinga mwerangi ati umuntu wewe warangire nkala mukwitaka pamukoshi so mufina na bomba muika tepa mukosha patachi
ekaina batulanga
so na mukwitaka pamukosha patachi ne
wale ikwenyu nabenenga nabekala bale itakisha imagine tetukwanishe nokukwanisha you can't bale ikwenyu nabene cheating ifi kwenyu ama namba Zambia GDP is growing ile growing a GDP mu account yenu not mu account ya Mazambian
so waiba fienga ilete bali mu minister na tukwacha akwira kashale na tukwacha interest ni 50 kwa
wenenge inenga nali kwete chance ya kuteka mu Zambia kuti na bewa fati wesheni mpia just bring back everything I don't even have time ya kukumilika na mijeli pantu kumika mijeli kupwisheshita wesheni fye fyonse fye mwaiba
Magufuli abapokelete fyonse fye bayi
yes Maisha bakuposa mujeli inenga nalikwete chance ya kutungula 2026 kutina efati weshene fye mwaibero na bali abonso bwakaka nabakakulula nababweshisha nefye babapoka fye bukuba
we muntu asati muchalo kuteke chalo na hatred who does that muntu kena ngonika penta ali kuzambia aleshiro okudya apenta kana muntu kusira kusukira pono mala kapenta yose kana aleshiro okudya ko imala sha kuti basala shiro shonse sha dudi na kumbo
anyway nalanda nami asuka I hope nami asuka bachinji pusha baya nokuya ba mwana mfumu welcome go ahead mapa mwaishe I know, kufika fena mubeba. Na ibeba. Kufika fena ibeba. Fire on the mountain.
No, we understand. Thank you.
That push, I hope name just cover one can I ask kama question yen wakamzi ba ilia mwa mfefo na londolola.
Madam President,
nomba ngefo na londolola mwa mfwa. Nafi panga sensi.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Na totera nga nafi panga sensi. Problem twaliko bafwebeni.
Madam President.
Mkwai.
Yes, Madam President, me, from 1991 to the date, I've been telling people that, look, we have tried all this, the gymnasts.
Bye-bye Facebook. Na isala pa Facebook. Thank you for watching. Tuashara pa TikTok. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.